whenever I put that nose on and I feel like I'm doing something right. My name is Sam Ward, but a lot of people know me as Cha-Cha, like the slide. I've been a performer since I was 3-ish, and like on stage, and I've just constantly gone out to theaters and done stuff since then. And then so in 3rd grade, I met a very close friend of mine. His name is Chet, and his parents, Dick and Tiffany, they are professional clowns. They're pretty big names in the clown world, and they opened me up to the world of circus as opposed to just straight up theater. And for the past 10 years or so, I've been really diving into circus. The reason I chose circus was so that it was theater on stage, but it was beyond that. Like in theater, it's very much don't mess up. And if you do, work with it, but don't mess up. Whereas in circus, it's like I'd like it to go well, but it's not going to go perfectly, so we'll work with it as it comes. I've always had an exuberant personality. I've always had a very center of attention personality. I've always wanted to feel validated. I've always felt validated when people pay attention to me. I've gotten just as much out of performing as other people have from watching throughout high school. I was bullied, and throughout middle school too, and it sucked. But as I've started, one way that I've learned to cope with it is if I can impact somebody else's day positively, if I can, this stranger in the elevator, if I can bring them a smile, how can somebody that I see as despicable be so bad if I'm having such a positive influence, you know? If you're in a circus tent and you are watching, sitting from the audience, you see all these people flying through the air, you see this tight wire walker walking 30 feet up with no net. It's incredible. But there's also a certain disconnect because you watch them and you think, wow, that's incredible. I could never do that. And then you see this clown come in and he reminds you that it's okay that you can't do that. They're ridiculously skilled doing that. And so the clown's job is to tell the story of the circus, but also to remind you that it's okay to mess up. Which is, I think that's a really fun thing to say, like, hey, you failed! Congrats, man. That's nice. 'Cause I wouldn't learn anything if I didn't fail. Whenever I put on my costume, especially when, I think for me it's mostly my nose as a clown. Whenever I put on the nose, I feel untouchable, honestly. I mean, I know I'm not, but like, whenever I'm performing, I am socially aware. I know what's happening all around me at all times. I know if they're receiving this well, I know if they're not. I can feel the energy in the room. I'm very much in tune with everyone around me. Tiffany, I mentioned she worked for Big Apple Circus in New York, and they had a performance. They opened, I believe it was opening, like a week maybe after 9/11 had happened. And they were like, should we go on with this? Do people really want to see these idiots running around in big shoes? You know, and they did that, and they thrived that year. People flocked to this place where they could forget. And on top of that, that place where they could remember that it's okay to be sad. You know, and I think that's also part of what a clown's job is. Part of a clown's job is to remind you that it's okay to not be okay.